Put on your headlamp and your Wellington boots, because you're about to venture into 5 of the caves that are considered to be the most hazardous in the entire world. Before we start our list, subscribe to our channel and press the like button. Number 5. Blue Hole, Gulf of Aqaba, Egypt. The Blue Hole in the Gulf of Aqaba, which is located off the coast of Egypt, is likely the most dangerous cave in the world. It is also considered the most dangerous dive site in the world. The Divers Cemetery is not the name given to this incredibly breathtaking tourist destination for nothing. It is well known for the Arch, which is a winding passageway leading to open waters that is located approximately 56 meters below the surface of the Earth. Did you know that the maximum depth that should be attempted by any scuba diver is 30 meters? Because of this, the so-called Hole Cave is quite hazardous. Nitrogen narcosis can impair a diver's judgment to the point that they are unable to make sound choices in a timely manner if they descend to that depth. In addition to this, it may also result in a loss of consciousness and a state of confusion. The arch is the most perilous part of the hole because it leads to a reef tunnel that is 170 feet deep and is 85 feet long. The tunnel cuts into the open sea. Therefore, if divers are overcome by nitrogen narcosis and fail to notice the opening of the arch, it indicates that they are heading downward toward their doom. Number 4. Devil's Caves, Ginnie Springs, Florida. Exploration of the Devil's Caves system at Ginnie Springs, Florida, located just off the coast of Gainesville in Florida, is considered to be one of the riskiest caves in the world. Little Devil, Devil's Ear, and Devil's Eye are the 3 distinct springs that are included in this system. At the confluence of the Santa Fe River and Devil Spring is where you'll find the canyon-like opening known as Devil's Ear. On the other hand, Devil's Eye Spring is a cylindrical limestone shaft that may be found near the lower end of the Devil Spring. However, certified cave divers frequent Devil's Spring the most of any cave on the planet because of its widespread notoriety and widespread popularity. But it does not make them any less perilous, because each one has its own particular difficulties. Imagine narrow channels and patches of moving water that behave like currents and have the potential to cause harm to diving gear. The caves now have a tight restriction that says no lights, and the only people who are allowed to access the system while carrying lights are trained cave and cavern divers. Did you also know that there are guidelines for diving and a paperwork to release your liability for diving accidents? Yep. Number 3. Eagle's Nest Sinkhole, Weeki Wachee, Florida. The Eagle's Nest Sinkhole is one of the Florida caves that has made it onto the list of the most dangerous caves in the world. This time, the cave in question is located in Florida. The Weeki Wachee dive site is sometimes referred to as the Mount Everest of cave diving, and it is simple to understand why this is the case. In the Chesapeake Wildlife Management Area, the sinkhole extends to a depth of about 300 feet below the surface, even though it appears to be nothing more than an ordinary pond from the surface. Even for the most experienced divers, navigating the dive site can be challenging due to its extreme depth and the fact that it leads to a network of tunnels and caverns beneath the ocean. The fall itself is dangerous enough. The route follows a chimney that leads to a vast cavern known as the main ballroom. Number 2. Orda Cave, Russia. Orda Cave is considered to be one of the most treacherous caverns in the world, and it may be found hidden away beneath the western Ural Mountains. These caves, which can be found close to the city of Perm in Russia, are home to one of the world's longest underwater caves, since its length exceeds 4 kilometers. Because the surrounding mountains are composed of rich gypsum rock, a significant amount of the cave is covered by water that is incredibly transparent. In addition to this, the shafts and tunnels of the cave drop to a depth of approximately 100 feet below the surface, where the water temperature is far below freezing. It should come as no surprise that Orda is not for novice divers. In addition to everything that has been said thus far, divers in Russia are required to make use of the specialist equipment. This piece of gear serves a singular purpose, and that is to deflect the bubbles away from the walls so that the fragile gypsum walls are not damaged. It should therefore come as no surprise that the cave's unearthly geography has resulted in the creation of stories, one of which tells of a spirit known as the Lady of the Cave. Divers who venture into the cave are said to be guided and protected by a maiden in a white gown who supposedly takes the form of the spirit and guides them through the cave. Number 1. Samison Hall, Samison Bay, Thailand. The Samison Hole, which is located in Samison Bay in Thailand, is without a doubt the most hazardous cave in the entire world. Imagine going deep into a cave where there are bombs that haven't been detonated yet. This is due to the fact that the hole was previously used by the military as a dumping ground. In addition to this, the fact that the Samison Hole goes 85 meters down into the ground is another factor that contributes to its perilous nature. On top of that, the cave is subject to extremely powerful currents, which have the potential to severely throw divers off course if they are not adequately prepared. This dive location in the Gulf of Thailand descends to a depth of almost 280 feet, and the bottom is almost never exposed to direct sunlight. Therefore, not only are divers required to have completed formal technical training, but they also need to be outfitted with the appropriate equipment for deep diving. Have you ever visited a cave? Share your experience in the comments section. Make sure to subscribe to our channel for further updates. Thanks for watching.